Visualize the Amazon rainforest, a verdant labyrinth of towering trees, the uncanny whispers of the wind punctuated by the distant, hair-raising growl of concealed predators. This is a place where sunlight struggles, engaging in a fierce battle to pierce through the thick, shrouding canopy. A place echoing with the ceaseless symphony of cryptic screeches and the ominous rustling of leaves. Our tale unfolds here within this emerald sanctuary. A secluded village nestles here, its existence muffled by murmurs and age-old curse. The villagers converse in half-whispered words, their hushed voices overshadowed by the far-off roars of unidentified beasts. They recount tales of a wicked spirit residing in the ruins of a lost temple, hidden deep within the jungle, a place where shadows contort, and the atmosphere is dense, weighed down by an oppressive silence that chills the soul. Stepping into the sinister silence is Anya, a seasoned paranormal investigator. The creepy crunch of her footsteps on the forest's bed punctuates the deathly stillness as she approaches the village, lured by the enigma of the unknown and the spine-tingling tales of the haunting. Met with apprehensive glances and cautionary murmurs, the villagers caution her of the accursed temple. Yet Anya, embodying undying courage, is unfazed. As the haunting hoots of nocturnal creatures permeate the atmosphere, she prepares herself. Armed with a backpack brimming with equipment and a heart pulsating with curiosity, she takes a step forward, prepared to explore the haunted temple, a place ventured only by the bravest. Deep in the heart of the rainforest, the forgotten temple stands. Its moss-covered stones seem alive in the dim light, whispering tales of an ancient curse. Here, our intrepid investigator, Anya, finds herself driven by an insatiable curiosity and a thirst for the unknown. The air around her is thick with humidity, the dense foliage casting long, ominous shadows that seem to dance in the faint light. As she delves deeper into the jungle, the oppressive silence gives way to an eerie symphony of rustling leaves and distant calls of exotic birds. The path, shrouded by the emerald canopy, leads her to the temple ruins. The sight of the moss-covered stones, adorned with intricate carvings that seem to writhe in the dim light, sends a shiver down her spine. Stepping inside, a wave of icy fear washes over her. The air is thick with the stench of decay, the silence broken only by the drip-drip of water from the crumbling ceiling. Suddenly, she begins to hear whispers, faint at first, then growing louder as if the very stones are speaking to her. The whispers morph into screams, the echoes of tormented souls trapped within the temple walls. Just as the tension peaks, a spectral figure materializes before her, its eyes ablaze with an unholy fire. Anya stumbles backward, her heart pounding in her chest. The figure lunges at her, its skeletal hands outstretched, but just as it is about to touch her, it vanishes into thin air. A realization dawns upon Anya: she is not alone. The malevolent spirit is toying with her fear, playing a macabre game of hide and seek. She knows she must escape before it claims her soul. As she turns to flee, she notices a hidden passage behind the altar. The heavy stone door waits, shrouded in shadows and mystery. With a deep breath, Anya steps into the unknown. The air grows colder as she descends into the belly of the temple. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but Anya knows there is no turning back. Her journey has only just begun. A hidden passage beckons behind the altar. With a deep breath, Anya steps into the unknown. A labyrinth of tunnels and chambers unfurls beneath the temple, their walls adorned with grotesque murals. The moment Anya steps into this subterranean world, a shiver of unease trickles down her spine. The air here is colder, heavier, as if it carries the weight of countless forgotten souls. The eerie silence is punctuated only by the echoing drip of water and the soft crunch of her footsteps on the ancient stone floor. As she ventures deeper into the labyrinth, the flickering glow of her torch casts long, dancing shadows upon the walls. The murals, painted with a skill and precision that defy the passage of time, seem to come alive in the torchlight. They depict scenes of terror and torment, of sacrifice and despair, each image more horrifying than the last. It's as if the very essence of the temple's curse has been etched into the stone. Anya's heart pounds in her chest as she navigates the winding tunnels. The oppressive atmosphere is suffocating. Each breath she takes feels like a battle, but she presses on, driven by a force stronger than fear. The labyrinth seems to stretch on forever, a never-ending maze of darkness and dread. Suddenly, the ground beneath her trembles. A low rumble echoes through the labyrinth, growing louder, closer. Anya's breath catches in her throat as she feels the floor give way beneath her. A torch slips from her grasp, its light flickering and fading as it tumbles into the abyss. The world tilts, and Anya is falling. The murals blur into a whirl of colors. The screams of the tormented souls painted on the walls seem to fill her ears. Terror grips her, a primal fear as old as humankind itself. She reaches out, her fingers clawing at the air, grasping for something, anything to hold on to, but there's nothing. The fall seems to last an eternity, her screams echoing off the stone walls, swallowed by the labyrinth's insatiable darkness. Then, with a jarring impact that knocks the breath from her lungs, she hits the ground. Her world spins, pain flares through her body, and then everything goes black. With a scream, Anya plunges into darkness. In the pitch black, something cold and slimy brushes against Anya's leg. A wave of icy dread washes over her. An awareness dawns, a realization full of horror. She's not alone. Her heartbeat quickens, echoing in the silence. The darkness around her comes alive, slithering, writhing. Anya is surrounded by snakes. Her breath catches in her throat, fear gripping her like a vice. But she knows she must move. She must escape. Survival instincts kick in and adrenaline courses through her veins. Trembling, she reaches out, her fingers finding the earthen wall of the pit. She begins to climb, the loose soil crumbling beneath her grasp. The snakes hiss, their scales glinting in the faint moonlight that filters down from above. Their cold, unblinking eyes follow her every move. She's a prey in their pit. One false move and they'll strike. Suddenly, pain sears through her ankle. A cry escapes her lips as she looks down. A snake has sunk its fangs into her flesh. Panic surges through her, but she can't afford to let it consume her. If she has to keep moving, she has to get out. Summoning her last reserves of strength, Anya pulls herself up. The world spins around her as the venom starts to work its deadly magic. The pit recedes beneath her, the snakes becoming mere shadows in the darkness. With a cry of agony, Anya pulls herself out of the pit, the venom coursing through her veins. Collapsed on the floor, Anya knows she's dying, but she's not afraid. She's a warrior, a seeker of truths. Even in the face of her imminent demise, the venom pulses through her veins, her heart beats slower, yet her spirit remains unbroken. She's faced the unknown, stood toe-to-toe with her fears, and emerged victorious. The cold stone beneath her is her final comfort, the silence her final solace. As the darkness closes in, Anya takes a final breath. But is this really the end?